Alright, hey, it's Blackbearchick here again. I just want to say that this is literally my third take of this. I'm not running a script or anything. I'm not, like, super serious about this. Like, super serious about, like, this content. It's just an update, but, I just want to say that because it's kind of funny. I've just gone on, like, tangents. This time I just have a notepad that's just explaining what I want. At least what I want to focus on talking about, mostly. I might go on the small tangents. I'll try to stay away from that. If you do see me looking off into the distance kind of like this, I do have a Twitch stream up. I'm using my monitor that I use for streaming to kind of, I wanted to have something to look at while I'm doing this so it doesn't feel like I'm just kind of talking into a soulless abyss, but if you see me glancing off into the background, that's why. Anyway, I haven't made a video in a bit, with the exception of yesterday. If you've been on YouTube, you probably have seen a video in your sub box from me. It was some Unite content, and you probably just were like, whoa, where did this come from? This literally came out of nowhere. So let me explain some things. So to start, mostly YouTube is a thing that has turned into a kind of, it isn't the same YouTube that I, what the fuck? Wait, hold on, what is this? Wait, Open Series is, I mean, this is probably, is this, not the well, I guess we'll be watching the VOD later. Anyway, actually, might as well do, sorry about this. Sorry. I guess I'll have it up in the background while I'm talking. So anyway, YouTube is not the same as it used to be. Honestly, I think back in the day, I kind of just got away with a lot of stuff. Also, hold on, I'm hearing something. I'm gonna pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm in the clear. But anyway, if there's a sudden pause, you'll know, I probably got called or something. But anyway, YouTube's just kind of dry for me. Like, I find myself spending less and less time on it. Like, it just doesn't feel as great. Even things that I'm currently interested in, I don't really care to watch YouTube videos as much. So, I don't think there'll ever be a time like it was when I was like 12 to like 15, way like a decade ago, where I literally uploaded daily. I watched YouTube like it was my life, stuff like that. I don't think it'll ever be like that again, for as long as I live. I just don't. YouTube is not as enjoyable now, but part of the reason I am trying to come back to YouTube, at least for like as a hobby, because so this year specifically, I have decided I'm wanting to kind of like soul search for myself, and I want to start giving things an honest try before just assuming I'm not going to care about it for the future. So I'm going to try to give editing another try. And since YouTube is like the main outlet for like videos, I'm going to be using YouTube, but I'm not going to be like super serious with it. I just want to get decent at editing to where realistically, if I get good enough to where I can start maybe looking for like a job in relation to it, there you go. I have a resume. I literally have YouTube videos for like a resume, right? It's really just to build a portfolio for myself for things that I have done and I'm proud of doing. So that's what I'm kind of going to be trying to do for 2024. I'm probably going to actually just make a literal folder called portfolio and just drop things that I've done inside of it. Obviously, if it's videos, I might have to limit it because, you know, running out of space and all that. But yeah, stuff like that. It's really just, I just don't care for YouTube like that, but I think I'm going to use it in a more beneficial way for me for this coming year. So that's why you got a random video yesterday. I don't plan to have a schedule on like anything I upload. If I feel like uploading, I will uploading it. if I feel like uploading, I will upload. So there's that. But I guess on the topic of my video from yesterday, it's a Unite video. And you might be kind of wondering where I've never done Unite content on YouTube before. That is correct, I think. I will say, however, that my streams as of late have been almost exclusively Unite. You might kind of be wondering why. Part of the reason is because I haven't really felt like streaming anything else. I did kind of, let me see. I've been liking Unite a lot. At least I will, probably for like well, okay. So the end of the latter half of last season, I was really enjoying Unite, right? I was enjoying Unite a lot. I can't say I enjoyed the start of this season, but ever since I've gotten to Masters, I've been having a lot more fun again. I just think Ultra is just not fun to go through at any point, especially at the end of at the beginning of the season. It's like, it's not fun. But that's besides the point, though. I have been playing Unite because I like the game. Some people might question the validity or whatever of that statement, because I do tend to like trash talk a lot regarding either the game or the players. So here's my stance on that, and I'm not gonna get too detailed into it or get too into it, because realistically it's just a simple answer of I like the game, I don't like the players, and I don't like the company. And if you're asking why not just play League, it's because League is a 40-minute to an hour game, and a lot of my gripes in Unite are the player base, and I don't feel like playing an hour game with people that are as bad as some of the people in Unite. Again, I'm not going to get into it that much. If you want to ask me questions, you can ask me in the comments, and I'll answer them the best and as honest as I can. But long story short, the appeal that I have to Unite over any other MOBA is that the games are very short, and I can literally just GG go next if I have bad players on my team. That's about it. And I think the fact that it's a Pokemon game that is completely different than like most Pokemon games, in the sense that it's not just a single player go through gym / whatever, go through story mode, beat Elite Four and Champion, and do whatever for post game. It's not a game like that, and I think that's why I'm kind of like, I don't want to say addicted, because I feel like addiction kind of implies that it is a game I don't like, that I am forcing myself to play because I can't get away from it. I don't think that at all. I actually do like Unite. I have explained this a lot of times on stream itself, that I genuinely like the game. I just don't like the direction it's being, I don't like how, not direction, I don't like how it's being handled, and I don't like how people don't seem to really put any effort into playing the game, if that makes any sense. And I could probably make a whole video on this topic myself, a whole different video, because I can easily talk about that for like maybe like 30 minutes minimum. So all I'm going to just say is that I think if the player base improved, and if Timmy got a little bit of a grip, which to be fair, they've been doing pretty good recently. They released Metagross Trash, they buffed it a lot, and when it turned out to be a little overtuned, they nerfed it back down a little bit to where it's still good, but it's not like broken anymore, right? If there is one thing that this shows that they actually like paying attention again. Because remember Mewtwo Y, they didn't nerf for like 2-3 months? Or they didn't nerf it enough. I think they nerfed it with like one time within like a month and a half, and then they didn't touch it again until like another month and a half. I don't know what was the deal. They had apologized in a director's letter later, like later after they nerfed it the second time. They apologized for letting it. They basically apologized for it running amok. I mean, I don't hold any ill will, but like that, a mon like that being like is, and they did it with Zacian too. Like, I don't really like they didn't. I mean, they didn't apologize for Zacian, but they apologized for Zacian specifically. But they apologized for basically letting Zacian and Mewtwo run amok for as long as they did without like doing anything about it. That's basically what. And honestly, I do think the apology was well deserved because, I mean, we saw people literally that had good mentalities pretty much feeling like shit playing the game, right? Because they're Unite content creators. If the game is not enjoyable, you're not going to enjoy making content or like streaming it, right? But that's also the difference between me and like the rest, right? I'm not like super serious on my like streams, right? So like when Unite got as bad as it did last year, I simply just stopped playing. And yeah, that did mean my stream content went down because outside of Mario Kart and playing Battle Number 3 when the Legacy Collection dropped way in like the fall, I wasn't really doing much else, right? I mean, I even had people asking me when am I going to stream again, and it's like, well, Unite is dead to me right now. And this was pre like Battle Network Legacy Collection, so there's that. So it's not that I am exclusively streaming Unite. It's just, it's more like I don't really want to play anything else on stream, at least multiplayer-wise, right? VGC is not really on the table. I think VGC like laddering and stuff like that is like, and like VGC Showdown is like stagnant. Like it's so saturated. Like I don't really want to do that. Just gonna pause again real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got called to do something. I don't even remember where I was at. I think I was talking about, oh yeah, I was talking about how saturated VGC is in terms of like ladder content and like showdown content. And that's the reason I never do anything with VGC in terms of like content. I used to do it, if you remember, when I was like younger, but like, I don't know. I also don't really like ladder play anymore after playing Open Team Sheet, Best of 30s and stuff. I just don't think it's that fun. Like, I know last year I said I was going to get back into doing ladder content, but the reality of it is I was trying to force myself to do... basically do some different content, but in reality I don't care about ladder, and I don't think I ever will again in my life, really. I'm at the point in my life where I actually want to like focus on things I actually like to do, and that's the thing. So yeah, that is my reasoning for not doing the VGC content that I said I was going to do. That's my reasoning for it. Sorry if you were expecting VGC content. Now, this isn't to say that there's going to be no VGC content at all. If you notice that last year when I was doing the VGC tournaments I was hosting, I had a blast commentating. Now, I don't remember if I uploaded. I think I uploaded like one VOD of a tournament, and then I just kind of like stopped. That's kind of on me. But I really did enjoy like commentating. Like, it was really nice, and I want to do it more. I'm going to see if I can get interest for VGC tournaments, especially now that Swiss is finally on challenge for 2-stage tournaments. So the idea is, if I can gauge enough interest, because remember, last year we canceled them because the interest was not there, and the people that were interested were always busy. So it was like, there was so many conflictions that I was just like, you know what, there's no real point of just continuing this time, right? Like, we might as well just start over. And oh yeah, sorry, my camera's probably in a different, actually, hold on, let me fix this. There you go. I just said, okay. But yeah, so essentially what happened is conflictions were all around, and I was like, I'm not putting in effort into this. And this is the same thing that happened with Yu-Gi-Oh! Although Yu-Gi-Oh's a lot different. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was more people wanted to me to host tournaments, me and Keys to host tournaments, but then they either didn't show or they didn't want to. They were picky with. They were very picky with what types of tournaments they would play. Now, we had some regulars that literally would play no matter what, right? Like, though, that was the type of attendance I was looking for. Me and Keith were looking for those type of tournaments. But some people literally just wouldn't play unless, essentially, they would be benefited. And I noticed this near the tail end of it. It was like... I don't know, it's just... I don't know, I just didn't like how people approached it, I'll be honest. Like, I genuinely think... I don't know, I just don't think people... It kind of irks me to talk about it, because I definitely do think I think people didn't truly want gimmick tournaments. I think people wanted tournaments that would benefit whatever decks they liked more, or they could play a deck that was like broken for the format. And I saw this. I'm not gonna call anybody out. But I definitely did see that, and I could tell. And there's a couple people in particular, and I'm not gonna call anybody out because I don't want to look like I don't want to look like a dick or anything. It's just I could definitely tell that people were kind of missing the point of the gimmick tournaments, right? So that's why I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's not coming back. I know I said they'd probably come back in 2024. I don't have any interest. One, I'm not that into Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Two, a lot of people aren't into Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. 3, my co-host has literally dropped and quit Yu-Gi-Oh! In any way, shape, and form. Keys has completely moved on from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't blame him. It's not even like, I don't know. I mean, he was like, yeah, he just doesn't have an interest anymore. I actually talked to him on stream about it. Like, he literally just said that he has no interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, and I don't really blame him. Not to mention the little, like, fallout, that the aforementioned fallout that we had with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments because people didn't want to play was, like, probably the final nail. I mean, it probably didn't really gauge on him to quit it, but I think for what it's worth, there's nothing, like, that good in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Like, I don't know. I don't think the tournaments will ever return. If they do, they probably will not have a co-host. Like, it will literally just be me and maybe whoever else wants to help host, but I don't see them coming back. I truly did enjoy them a lot for how long they lasted, but I'll be honest, I didn't like how it ended up being at the end, so it is what it is. I'm not gonna rant on that too long. If you want more info on that, or want more of my feelings about it, you can DM me on Discord if you have me on Discord. If you're in my public Cord, you can DM me without adding me as a friend. You can comment in the comment section. It's whatever, personally, but I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. But yeah, but the whole point of bringing up Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that I enjoyed commentating it, right? Like, I seem to enjoy watching and commentating more than actually playing a lot of games. Like, because right now, I am not into Yu-Gi-Oh! Either. Like, I had my, like, month-long fun with Fire Kings after they got their support. Now I just don't give a shit. Like, and I'm putting that as nice as possible. Like, I don't care about the game right now. I don't even have the motivation to go try out stuff for a deck that I had wanted support for. Valmonica, I think is what it's called. I don't even care enough to go and try the support from that they got recently. Like, I just don't care. And honestly, I think instead of forcing myself to play Yu-Gi-Oh and then complaining about it like I did pretty much the most of last year, and especially the year before in 2022, I'm just not gonna play. Like, I simply will just not play. Like, until I feel like I will have fun playing the game again, I just won't play. I'll probably keep tabs on it on YouTube, but like, that's about it. So Yu-Gi-Oh's out the question. VGC is probably out the question. I'm obviously going to be playing VGC. Like, I'm trying to go to, like, weeklies. I guess even, like, premier challenges, obviously. But I don't really think I care enough to, like, do content for VGC. So, that's kind of why we're just, like, in this, like, Unite only time. Because Unite's, like, the only one I can kind of just, like, pump out streams. I can just do a quick session. And I probably will have plenty of content to edit if I feel like editing for the hell of it, and just, you know. So if you don't like Unite, sorry. I would much prefer to be like more variety, but as it is right now, and what, like, as it is right now, and with everything, with the status of everything else right now, I'm kind of just stuck on Unite. But since that is the case, I'm also going to be taking my health a little bit more seriously in regards to that. If I feel like I am getting tired of Unite, which at the moment, I feel like I might need a break. I've been playing it, like, non-stop, right? So, I think I'm going to maybe take a break. I know I'm taking a break today. I might take a break tomorrow as well. I'm already 1400 masters, so, and we have a good chunk of the season left, so I don't really, there's not much I don't need to, like, panic. Like, really, my goal was getting the Master Story. We didn't have to play with EX Mons, and I've done that, so whenever I trio with the homies, I don't have to worry about EX Mons. So, yeah. I will say, so I guess we'll get to this fourth point, which is, what's going to be happening in the future? Well, for one, as I said before, I'm going to be focusing on my health more seriously and what I like doing a little bit more seriously. I'm not going to force myself to do things that I don't think I'm going to care about. I'm not going to force myself to do things just for diversity and content. As weird as that is to hear from me, I think I've come to accept that there will be points throughout the year where I will probably be focusing on one or two things exclusively, and might be streaming one or two things exclusively. So I'm come to accept that. If I do look like a Unite streamer, so be it. Right now, I don't really care. I will say that maybe you could call me a Unite streamer for now, but I am definitely not going to be one long term. I am definitely more variety, and that's another thing. Mario Kart has kind of died. It'll probably ramp back up at one point, but after the extravaganza from last year, to end off the past, I don't even remember if I did any content regarding it. Like, I actually don't remember, and I think I might have deleted any VODs by now, so that's kind of just tough, but it was a fun little stream. If I was YouTube partner, I could have probably saved it or something, but it is what it is. After that event, Mario Kart pretty much died, like, almost instantly. Like, for my group, like, some of my friends have uninstalled it. Some of my friends just don't play it now. Mario Kart has not been a focus for a lot of the people I play with, including myself, honestly. Like, I'm not really playing kart right now, so I don't know. Yeah, if you wondered why I haven't been playing kart, that's kind of why. As y'all know, last year I said this year I'm probably going to be putting Smash on the back burner, outside of, like, certain occasions, and I'm going to be focusing on more of what I want to do. I talked about this. I've talked about this to my friends IRL, when we hung out as well. I feel like I have been forcing myself to play Smash simply because Smash is the reason I even kind of have this community to a degree, and I felt like I kind of owed the game for that. But after a talk and after thinking about it myself, I realized I don't really owe the game anything. Like, sure, it's great that I had enough fun with the game to where I was able to farm, or not farm, but to cultivate a community because of shared interest, right? But the reality of it is, at least for the people that I truly call friends, our friendship is beyond Smash at this point. Like, we could all quit Smash and we would still be friends. Like, we would still be friends. Like, we could literally quit Smash today. And, like, we could all simultaneously just say, we're not playing Smash anymore. Whether it be until the next game, if there is a next game, or just forever. We would still be friends despite that. Because, like I said, our friendship is well beyond Smash at this point. Also, I'm hearing footsteps again. So, I'm going to go ahead and, going to pause again real quick. Alright, quick pause, but, what was I saying? Shoot, did I really forget already? I hate getting interrupted when I'm, like, focused, because then I forget. Oh, right. I was talking about how me and my homie's friendship basically transcends Smash. Like, basically, I don't owe Smash anything, and realistically, I'm going to put that into effect. Personally, Smash is definitely on the back burner. I've actually skipped the first 2 weeklies of IUPUI. I didn't actually even realize IUPUI had started back up, right? And I only just noticed recently. I also didn't realize I had made PR for the semester last year. Because I was, like, so clocked out of Smash that I didn't even, like, pay attention. I didn't even think I did good enough to make PR. Granted, I made 10th place, right? But, I mean, that's better than I thought. I thought I wasn't even going to be on it. I didn't even think I really did that good, but I think I do remember beating a couple of, like, the players that were above me by a decent margin a few times. So, I guess that played in a factor. Either way, the point of the matter is, Smash is not really my forefront or focus right now. And truth be told, I might not even, like... I'm not gonna say I quit playing completely. But I do think that it is definitely a in the back thing. And it's a, if I really am feeling it, I will play. If not, then I'm not gonna bother. I will say one thing though. I am probably not ever grinding Smash again. Unless we get a new game. I'm not grinding that game again. I think I've done what I needed to do with Smash Ultimate. I showed the state how good Corrin was before, like, we had, like, this Corrin surge. And this was, like, during this was, like, right after COVID, so right after, like, events started coming back. I showed my state how good, at least I showed a portion of my state. Basically, the people I consider, like, the Smash homies, like, in Indie, I showed them how good Corrin could be. I showed how good I could be if I actually decided to play a little bit more, if I actually, like, took it a little bit more serious. So, I did my job, I think, and we have our own, we have a new Corrin, not really new anymore, but they started playing Corrin. There's even, at least he's one of my homies. He's one of my closer homies as well in the Smash scene. At least I would say so. But he picked up Corrin as well about a year ago and is, like, taking it a lot more serious now. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if I had any influence on that, but I will say that I do like kind of seeing Corrin flourish a bit. But all that aside, the point of the matter is, I basically I feel like I've done what I've needed to do for Smash Ultimate, and if I were to pretty much grind the game again, it would be whenever we get a new Smash. That's basically the gist of it. So Smash, back burner, that's the TLDL, I guess. Too long didn't listen version of it. Smash is on the back burner, this time for real. If I find myself forcing myself to go to Smash, I'm going to probably have to take a step back and understand what's going on, and that I need to step back and actually commit to what I said I was going to do. So that's in regards to Smash. We talked about Yu-Gi-Oh earlier. I have no interest in that game. Tournament series that I was hosting is dead for multiple reasons. Probably will never come back. But I guess if we're gonna go back to the topic of Yu-Gi-Oh real quick, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that, unlike Smash, I have never played IRL. I think the reason I've stuck to Smash for so long is partially, and I know I just said that is probably, like, I don't owe the game, right? And that is true. That still holds true. But I do think that Smash is the reason I met a lot. Smash is obviously the reason I met a lot of the friends I have now. And it's partially because back when I did compete, like, for real, I just genuinely enjoyed the vibes from Indie Smash, right? And that's probably the reason I stuck around playing Smash for as long as I did. Like, it just, the homie vibes is, like, crazy, and I love it. Like, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have, honestly, I probably would have quit Ultimate. Like, I would have quit Ultimate, like, probably like a year in, realistically. So, like, community over gameplay is basically what I'm saying. Like, if it wasn't for the community, I probably wouldn't be even talking about Smash right now, truth be told. Like, I wouldn't even be in a position where I am telling people that I am putting it on the back burner. I just wouldn't mention it. I just wouldn't be playing. Yu-Gi-Oh, on the other hand, is different. Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that I have never played IRL outside of when I was a kid. I don't plan to play it IRL. And I genuinely don't like how Konami operates with, like, IRL cards and stuff. And I don't think I genuinely will be in a position to where I want to actually play IRL. Like, it sounds kind of like miserable when you really think about it, but it's like Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have what Smash had for me, right? And yeah, like, I guess you could, like, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have, like, I mean, I guess it does have locals, but, like, I don't know. I just don't feel like the vibes would be the same. And I met most of the friends that I made in college during my college years, right? Like, that's when I made most of my, like, friends, right? During college itself, which is why I kind of stuck around even after I graduated to, like, going to the IUPUI weeklies and stuff for Smash, because it's like kind of like the rep, you know, the college that I graduated from. That's just, maybe I'm being a nerd, whatever. Even though I feel like I wasted the last, like, 2 years of college in a field that I never really cared about. But at the very least, there's some part of IUPUI that I kind of hold dear to me, and I kind of wanted to show, I just wanted to rep a bit, you know? All that aside, though, Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh's probably gonna hit a point, and I don't want to say this because there are a lot of reasons that I do play Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically archetypes that I find really fun. Basically how I see it is that, at least in regards to archetypes, you will, as long as you live, you will see multiple ways of support for your deck. The question is, how long into the future are you going to be waiting for that? Right? And I don't want to sound, like, edgy, but it's like, well, okay, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, because what I was gonna say was gonna sound really horrible and edgy. But basically, what I am saying is, at least for me, I know the decks I play will get support eventually, even though I do shit talk Konami for not supporting some of the decks a lot, right? And my Discord has this, like, meme where they say I get everything, right? And you could maybe say that's true. So, and that's why I did have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! For about a month and a half, right? When Fire Kings got that structure, I have never had as much fun as I did when Fire Kings got that support. Like, I've never had that much fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! But the reality of it is, I don't... Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically there for when I get support. I have fun with support for maybe a week or two. Or in rare exceptions, or rare occasions like Fire King, a month and a half to 2 months, right? But I probably will never have it long term like I did with Smash. And that's something I also am going to accept this year. That there is a possibility that I completely drop Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Like, and I don't mean like drop it as in like Smash drop it, where like I'm putting it on the back burner. I may or may not come back. It kind of depends on how my life's going to be. Yu-Gi-Oh! Might genuinely be at a point, and I don't mean now, I don't even mean maybe like a year or two from now, but sometime in the future, there might be a point where I'm just like, you know what, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just not it anymore, and I will drop the game. Similar to kind of how Keese has just completely put it down, but in my case, it might literally just be me, actually, it might just be me doing the same thing. But in my case, I probably won't even say anything about it. I probably will show disinterest or just ignore anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. Like, and I don't want to, like, sound like I'm being a dick in that regard. Like, if you send me Yu-Gi-Oh! Things and stuff like that, right? But, realistically, and I'm not going to say, what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! The most right now. Because it's kind of silly, but I will say that there will probably be a point where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be gone. Like, I'm not going to care about it anymore. And granted, the same thing applies. I have some cool online friends, some really close online friends that I met years ago, like that, and I don't mean like online acquaintances. I think some people think because I talk to them, it means they're my friend, right? And mostly, and I don't want to take pot shots, right? But I think a lot of the people from dev that I talk to that think I'm like buddy with them, like, and I don't mean like one person or like even two people. Like, there are people from dev that I talk to daily, but I would never consider them my friend, right? Like, there are people from Dev Pro, and it's not even just one or two people. I talk to like everybody in that chat daily, right? But the people that I would consider my actual friends are in my private Cord right now, and they are part of what I call the OGs, right? Because I met them back then. Those are the people I would consider like actual friends, right? Everything else I would probably consider acquaintances at best, or just me being nice and just giving conversation to some of them. The people I would say I wouldn't even be acquaintances with, I probably will say that I have not seen them since Dev Pro like closed, right? Also, I hear footsteps again. I'm gonna keep talking, but if it feels like they're getting closer, I will probably pause. I have my button on the pause button. But essentially, it's just like, I've met cool people from dev, and they are friends with me to this day. And the people that I don't care about from dev, I don't know. Maybe saying I don't care about them is wrong, but basically I would say, hold on, I'm gonna pause real quick. Okay, I got baited. Just going the other way. Anyway, basically what I'm saying is, and maybe I probably should have worded this a little bit better, because it makes it seem like, because there are some people from dev that I talk to, right, that I wouldn't consider my friends. I would consider them acquaintances, right? I wouldn't consider them my friends. I've had people hit me up. How do I put this? The OGs are the people that I'd actually consider like true friends. Like, those are people that I would actually want to meet IRL for the most part, right? At least one time. acquaintances are people I don't mind talking to, but like I wouldn't consider you a friend, right? And I think that's also another thing for this year is that I'm going to be a lot more honest with myself in who I hang with, right? Or who I consider friend versus like acquaintance. Um, like of the people from dev, like the OGs are the people from dev that I actually consider friends. There are acquaintances from dev that I don't mind talking to, but I wouldn't consider you a friend, right? And then there's the people from dev that I literally do not want to see ever again, um, and for the most part, that's been the case, right? Like, dev shut down, and I just never saw them again. There's a couple people that fall under that I see still because of like Yu-Gi-Oh streamers. Like one of them is a mod in a Yu-Gi-Oh streamer stream, and they're just as silly as they were on dev. And I mean, I was never their friend or acquaintance on dev. I didn't care about them. I just found them stupid, truthfully. Um, but I see them still, but like I don't even know if they remember me, so I don't personally care. That aside, little tangent aside, basically what I'm saying is that there's a point where I will probably just stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh completely. Don't know if it'll be in a year, don't know if it'll be in 5 years, it could be hell, it could be in 10 years when I'm damn near 40. And hopefully by that point, like, with a family, right? Who knows, really? But I will say the OGs are probably the ones I'm going to stay in contact with, because, again, just like the Smash friends, or not the Smash friends, but the friends I met through Smash, our friendship transcends beyond the game, right? Like, just because I quit Smash doesn't mean I'm going to stop talking to them. Now, if you met me through Yu-Gi-Oh, and I find you as an acquaintance, well, I'm gonna be completely honest. I do hope that you think of me more than just the guy on Dev Pro, because if I drop Yu-Gi-Oh, that I'm dropping it in pretty much every sense of the fashion, really. Outside of like a few exceptions, but like it won't be like gameplay related, right? Like maybe like artwork or whatever. I might stick around to like look at, right? But outside of that, yeah. I don't even know why I even went on this tangent, really. I just added like 10 minutes to the video when the video is already like super long. I just wanted to kind of get my feelings out about Yu-Gi-Oh specifically and why I just haven't cared about it recently. And what happens if I do quit, right? But all that aside, basically, I guess the takeaway of this like long segment is that despite no matter what, the homies are gonna stay the homies, whether it's the Yu-Gi-Oh homies or the Smash homies, right? Like, cause at the end of the day, we could all drop our respective games, and I still am going to be friends with them, right? But I will. So that's the matter. That's the fact. That's fact on that, though. Is there anything else? I've actually been kind of like, despite being on like a tangent a lot, I've been on like topic of what I've been talking about. Like, I've explained my absence from YouTube. I've explained why Unite has been like the primary focus of streams. Talking about what I've liked doing. And I guess this has been more of a talk of like the future and all that. I guess I'll touch base on. Actually, no, I don't really need to, do I? I guess let's talk about the future. Actually, the future is actually a good topic because there are some things I have not talked about yet. Meanwhile, and this kind of ties back to like the whole Unite only streams. That's not going to be the case come February. I think I'm going to go 2 weeks into February before I start this. I'm going to be finally doing Battlework 5 on stream. And that's a game I want to play on stream. Like, that's genuinely a game, that's a childhood game that I want to play on stream. It's not as good as Battle Network 3 by a large margin, but it's, I will say its post-game is a lot less of a hassle to try to set up, even if, yeah, it's a lot less of a hassle to try to set up and complete, so there's that. There's some gameplay mechanics I don't like in the game, but I will see if maybe playing the game again after like 10 years will change my opinion on it. But that aside, though, I will be starting that in February. But something I am trying to also do is that instead of just ending off single player streams after Battle Network 5, because I am trying to 100% that, so that'll probably be like a month to 2 month playthrough by far, more than likely, because it's probably gonna take like what 2 weeks to get. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. But the point of the matter is, I am aiming to. What's the word? I'm aiming to. I'm aiming to continue playing single player games, because there are a lot of single player games that I have just not there. Well, there's one in particular that I got gifted basically damn near 2 years ago, I think, or maybe a year ago, and I have not touched at all yet. So there's that. I'm trying to play that. It'll probably be the first time I play a game like that, but I'll talk about that after Battle Network 5, because that's probably the earliest that you're gonna see me play it. Yeah, that's probably the earliest you'll see me play it. Sorry, I was looking at the fucking Twitch stream. That's probably the earliest you'll see me play it. If it will not be earlier, it could be later. It kind of just depends on my mood, really. But I'm aiming to kind of like try out some single player games that I have been asked to play, or gifted to play, but I have not actually played. I only have 2 in mind right now. I will not say what they are because, again, it kind of depends on my mood, and if I don't want to say what they are, because if I do what I've done for Battle Network 5 and just delay it even further, I don't want to like kind of look like a dick, because I mean I did that with Battle Network 5 where I said I would start, like, you remember 3 years ago when I did Battle Network 3 last time? 4 years ago now, and I said I would do Battle Network 5 2 weeks later, and I genuinely did not do it. Matter of fact, I don't even know what happened. Like, I kind of forgot, and then I just didn't care to like play. So that's on me, though. I shouldn't have given a time frame if I wasn't going to be confident on my start time. So, and that's why this time I didn't really say anything until the end of last year, where I basically have given myself an ample time frame to kind of let myself get ready to play through the game that I said I was going to play essentially 4 years ago. So, and anything that lies after, I will not say anything about until possibly later, probably close to the end of Battle Network 5. And I mean not the main game, I mean like post game, like we're near the end of the game, like types nonsense. But that's my gist on that. But yeah, outside of that, I'm gonna try. I know I said this earlier, but I think this is kind of like a recap. I will try to, if we get enough interest, I will try to play host VGC tournaments again, since Challenge finally has Swiss available for 2-stage tournaments. So there's that. I think that's it, though. Like, I think I've covered everything that I've wanted to cover. And yeah, I know it's damn near, it's probably gonna be over a 50-minute video. That's my bad, but yeah. I might do another update, talk about other things, but I think for the most part this covers pretty much what I want to cover. So yeah, I will have gameplay of some sort, hopefully in the background. Oh, actually, I have to in some way. I'll make it work regardless. But yeah, that's about it. I will see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully you have a good one. Peace out. Oh, if I don't forget, I'm going to put timestamps, I guess. Actually, I'll see. I might put timestamps, I might not. Anyway, I'll see you later. Peace out.